Hello and welcome back to the Dungeon Master Challenge. I'm your host, Ella Sillywood, and here we are in week 5 of the contest. It feels like it has absolutely flown by. Now, hopefully you've been following along, but just in case you're joining us for the very first time this week, here's how it works. Each week, our competitors are assigned a classic D&D design challenge, which is then submitted anonymously and scored by our fearsome panel of judges. Then, whoever has the lowest point total for the challenge is eliminated. So far, we've had to say goodbye to 3 of our intrepid dungeon masters who've worked on designs for a Feywild-themed adventure setting, the villain, a key non-player character, and last week's challenge, a magic item. So, let's hear what the judges had to say.
Hello DM Challenge fans and competitors. Amanda Hammond from Wizards of the Coast here to talk about our week 4 submissions. This week we had a fun design challenge revolving around a little bit of design that can be pretty tricky to get right. Magic items. There were a couple of entries this week that I felt like went above and beyond and that I personally enjoyed. First, the Fey Touch Bufanda was a lot of fun. This entry gave us a number of different variants with some abilities based on the embroidery on the Bufanda, including a pineapple, a banana, a skull, and some pretty useful mechanics tied to those embroideries as well. But this week, by far my favorite entry was Baldaran's Pocket Planetarium. The story that this item told was truly wondrous. So this is a hemispherical orb that allows one to navigate using the stars even in starless realms. It's a simple concept, but to me, it's a really neat storytelling hook. Beyond that, the Pocket Planetarium included several modules that can be slotted into the item to enhance it in various ways and give it different abilities. These modules range from allowing celestial navigation anywhere, to tracking fallen stars, to even wishing upon a fallen star. I could see an adventure or even an arc of adventures centered around this item, and perhaps collecting all of its modules to bring about, or stop, a powerful prophecy. Really, my imagination just explodes thinking about it, and to me, that makes this one a winner.
Hello, DM Challenge finalists and friends. I am Jennifer Kretschmer. This week, our 7 spectacular finalists sent us their masterful magical items. I loved the flexibility and flavor of the Bufanda of Potasio, a magically imbued scarf-like wrap embroidered with spells and playful side effects. But my favorite flavor this week was Farindor's. Farindor's fantastic flavors are a collection of 6 crystal vials presented in an intricately detailed box. The vials contain the essence of an intangible idea, concepts like starlight, wit, or deceit. The vials can be used in a number of ways, as weapons, as power-imbuing flavorings for food, or as potions with potent effects. There was an incredible amount of clever, thoughtful details that went into the table of the various essences. It listed not only the appearance of the potion, things like mirthful green waltzing with somber mahogany for song, but took it a step further into specific tasting notes. One of my favorite descriptions was for sunlight. Fresh floral laughter mellowed with warm, honeyed drowsiness. The sensory translation of feelings and experiences into flavors perfectly encapsulated the way that the Feywild represents and translates emotion. Throwing the vials unleashes their contents in a weaponized way. Wit shatters, unleashing Tasha's hideous laughter on an unfortunate enemy, while Dream induces the sleep spell. One of the most clever things in Farindor's fantastic flavors was the way that it encouraged synthesizing the item with a player's tool proficiencies in different ways. Cooks can bake them into pastries, alchemists can brew them into potions, and so forth. And finally, the designer included a number of really clever quest hooks for DMs to use, both for Farindor, the creator, and the fantastic flavors themselves in a campaign. There's a ton of potential for puzzles, props, and more with these delightful vials, and I think they have appeal for players and DMs who enjoy those elements, and they also invoke a set of evocative sensory descriptors that are often vastly underused. The playfulness, versatility, and the potential for fun, unpredictable uses in campaigns, and so on made Farindor's fantastic flavors perfectly to my taste, and certainly gave them a seat at my table. I'm looking forward to next week's designs. See you then.
Hey everybody, B. Dave Walters here, and of course we had another week of very solid submissions from our contestants. I will call out a couple. Of course, loved the Bufanda of Potasio. every week. Really enjoying the domain of Potasio. One in particular I wanted to call out also was the pocket pipe organ. Y'all know me. I love anything delightfully extra. I love the idea of having a pipe organ that's this big that you can create your own mood music and ambiance with and alter the terrain and all kinds of fantastic stuff. Really liked all of the submissions this week. Those two in particular stuck out for me. Now, if I could just figure out where I could get my hands on my own pocket pipe organ.
Well, with the reviews in and the scoring complete, it looks like one of our competitors has rolled a nat 1. This week, I am sad to say Angela Alice Simpson will be leaving the party. As for our 6 remaining competitors, you now have the task of designing a feature hazard. And we are not just talking a bump in the road. Oh no, we are looking for something truly nefarious. So get your thinking caps on and roll for initiative. You have 72 hours. Good luck, Dungeon Masters.